Best time to purchase a Toyota Tundra. Got that coming up next. Bill from Tundra Nation Basics here. If you like the content of this video or anything on my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. With that, let's begin. Recently, I did a couple of videos on purchasing your Toyota Tundra. They were very well received. One of the questions that I did get was, when is the best time to purchase your Toyota Tundra? So I thought I'd put together a short video. So without any further ado, let's roll that clip in its entirety. Best time to buy a Toyota Tundra. We're going to take a look at this from three different perspectives: from dealer inventory perspective, from incentives perspective, and from a best time to buy perspective. Okay. Now, obviously, when dealer inventory is low, you know that you would not be able to get good deals during this time. More than likely, that we have seen this the past several years. Unfortunately, it's an all too familiar scene with chip shortages and other various reasons for a low inventory. Now, a lot of times you may not have a choice and you may be forced to buy during this time. Expect long wait times, expect higher prices during this time, and not a great selection. Now, we're starting to see a lot more of this where the dealer inventory is high and lots are filled up again. And that is something that is very, very beneficial to you as a consumer and also to the dealer as well, because that means more sales for the dealer is better for them. And obviously, if there are more vehicles on the lot, chances are you'll be able to get a better deal. Now, we're going to go ahead and take a look at actually a Toyota system here to show what kind of allocations are in my area. And I wanted to go ahead. Now, if you've ever seen this Toyota inventory system, you have the option here of going, this one's at 500 miles, and I did this on purpose because obviously the more of a range that you give it, the more inventory that you will get. You can do from 500, 250, 150, or 20 miles. Again, I'm going to be dropping links to this in the description, so you guys can definitely check this out if you want to do this. Now, a caution with this, okay, sometimes these are not updated by dealerships as frequently as you would like. So some of these vehicles may be sold. Some of them may not be sold. And with this, you do have the option, okay, it lists some dealers here. It lists the trim levels here, like an SR5 Platinum Limited 1794 edition or an SR, the year, the cab, crew max or double cab, the bed 5.5 foot, 6.5 foot, minimum maximum prices, exterior colors, interior colors, drivetrain, rear wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, engine and transmission, different packages down here as well. Now, what I'll do is I'm going to run through one right here. We're going to take a look first of all at Tundra Limiteds. Okay. And we're going to do that with the short bed 2024s. And we're going to do 4-wheel drive here and see what we have. Okay. And up at the top, it'll list exact matches for you. Okay. And these just happen to be dealers that are in my area. Now you can see right here, Toyota has, they hold true to having, you see a lot of grays and a lot of silver. And you can take a look. These first three that come up that are limiteds are gray right here. And there's this, that looks like it's Lunar right here. I think that's another silver there. That's that dark brown color. You can see silver again here. And again, these are exact matches, from the criteria that I entered on here. This is a very useful tool to get you an idea of what inventory is like in your area. And one of the things that I want to caution you on is this, okay? Let's say you do get fortunate enough. Let's say you're looking at a range of, let's say, 250 miles, okay? Or let's say, first of all, we'll say the 500-mile range. I can tell you this right now, from talking to my salesperson at the dealership, dealers will probably not go more than 250 miles outside their radius to do a dealer trade if they want to go ahead and secure a dealer trade. And dealer trade, simply they trade one vehicle for another vehicle. They have a customer that wants one that this dealership that you're dealing with has on a lot, and it's just, they really just basically swap right there. 250 miles is probably better than 500 miles. If you're looking for a specific color, in this instance here, let's say, you're looking for red. All right. Let's go ahead, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the supersonic red here, and let's take a look and see. Okay. Now this only came up with 2 in the area, and you can take a look. It looks like these are even out of state. I think probably Georgia. So just to let you know, it can be a real interesting experience trying to find the exact color that you want. My suggestion is, when you're using this tool, to shut off a lot of these things and just put the basic kind of vehicle that you want. For example, for me, a limited 4-wheel drive, 5.5 foot cab. See what they have available. And as I've said in my earlier videos, at this point, you want to be flexible, because the more flexible you are, the better chances you can get a better deal. And also, too, as you can see right here, if you're willing to get a gray one, chances are really good, because this one dealership right here, you can see right here, there's at least 3 of them that they have on the lot, limited. The chances are really good you'll be able to get a better deal on something like this. So again, this is Toyota's inventory system. I'm going to drop a link in the description so you guys can go ahead and look at this. As always, you want to contact the local dealerships that do come up here to double check their inventory, because a lot of times, as I said, they don't necessarily update this information on a daily basis. So the information, a lot of times these vehicles are sold. But more often than not, there is some good information, and kind of gives you a ballpark on where the dealers stand as far as having inventory is concerned. Now, the next thing that we want to take a look at is incentives. And incentives from Toyota. Toyota deals in incentives and special offers. And again, I'm going to drop a link in the description to this, so you guys can definitely check this out. Toyota deals incentives and special offers. View current offers. Find Toyota dealers in your state. Now, you can take a look here and see, for me, southern states, okay, it would be Florida right here. But you want to click on view current offers right here. Okay, feature vehicles in your area. Okay, now, right now, browse by offer type, and it looks like for the Tundra iForce Max 2024 Tundra financing, let's go ahead and view that offer right here. Now, again, this is specific to the area that I live in. 2024 Tundra iForce Max, 2.99% APR for 36 months. Finance a new 2024 Tundra iForce Max for 36 months, and $29.08 for every $1,000 finance. So it kind of gives you an idea what that's like. There is also a college rebate here and a military rebate. Usually, one thing I can tell you with both of these, more often than not, that you're going to see these almost all of the time. Toyota rarely takes those off the table, but more often than not, they will be there. This is a great incentive. This is a great deal if you're in the market for a Tundra. And this is, again, I'm going to drop a link in the description so you guys can check this out. This is, remember, this is specific to my area, okay? You're going to have other deals and incentives specific to your areas. Now, best time to buy, okay? And, this is always one of these things here, coming from actually having sold cars in the 90s before. Yes, I did a long time ago in a galaxy far away. When is the best time to buy? And that's one of the questions that I get asked so many times, all right? And this is why we went ahead and we put together, and I'm just going to go back here real quick and take a look. There are 3 really key components here: the dealer inventory, as we've seen, the incentives, as we've seen, and also the best time to buy. Now, we're going to take a look. There's a couple of great articles that I found that I'll drop links in the description. And this article, believe it or not, is from Progressive Insurance. One of the best days, months, and seasons to buy a car, best holidays to buy a car, It's talking Christmas, New Year's, Memorial Day, Martin Luther King Day. Best months to buy a car. January and February are typically months with the most discounts available. Vehicle data from Evans.com ranks January and February among the months with the smallest discounts. So it depends on where you're where you're getting your information from. Okay, seasonally, the best time to buy a car typically coincides with the end of sales cycles, the last days of the month, quarter, or fiscal year. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and now U.S. News and World Report put out what I think this is good. What U.S. News and Reports put out, I think is better. And again, I'm going to go ahead and drop that link in the descriptions so you guys can go ahead and check that out. All right, let's go ahead. And when is the best time to buy a car? Okay, obviously, one of the things right here, and I want to stop everybody before you need one. For example, for me, I knew, when I started my process last year that we were seeing a lot of empty lots. Okay, a lot of Toyota dealers just did not have inventory at that point in time, no matter what, really. Well, Tundras especially, they were not plentiful on the lot. So I wanted to start my process way ahead of time because technically the lease on my Highlander wasn't up until like next month, June 2024. But I wanted to go ahead and get that process started early, and I started last September for that. So the sooner the better as far as this process is concerned. Now, it does talk about the end of the month here, okay? Now, one of the things I can say about this is, chances are really good, like on the 29th, 30th, 31st of the month, like the last 3 days of the month, you're going to get incredible deals, okay? And, number one, they're trying to meet quotas and to have sales incentives and other things. Is there a best day to buy a car, okay? Now, one of the things I can tell you from having worked at a dealership, Saturday is the craziest day and the busiest day at working at a car dealership, all right? People are coming in, they're usually off from work, and they want to take a look at cars, all right? And it's not typically if you're coming in to do a lot of test driving and talking to a sales representative, you're not going to have that time on Saturdays because they're so busy. So one of the things that I almost always suggest is looking at going on a Monday through a Friday. And during the day is usually, it's very light during the day in terms of traffic there. Usually the only traffic that they have at dealerships during the day is going to be in the service area. So chances are real good you'll have you'll be able to have full attention to your salesperson. 3-day weekends. 3-day weekends are an exception to the avoid car shopping on weekend suggestion. There's still busy times at dealerships, but many automakers have some of the best sales around holidays. The weekends, you'll more than likely find heavily promoted deals include Memorial Day, Labor Day, 4th of July, and President's Day. Of those, Memorial Day is one of the best times to buy. It's the kickoff of the summer car sale season and typically offers a multitude of deals from both dealerships and automakers. Okay, so again, this is very handy and very useful information, something that, now it's also talking here, when is the best time of the month to buy a car? It's talking about the month of May, the month of October, November, December. It also suggests Black Friday is a day, New Year's Eve and year-end sales events, when there are incentives, rebates, or other financing deals, and we've already talked about that as well. End of the model year, when a car has been redesigned or discontinued, if they've come out with a new generation. For example, the Tacoma has just come out with a new generation, so you may be able to get a great deal on the previous generation Tacoma, just to let you know. Should I buy a discontinued car? Well, discontinued, it's the model. It's not really the car itself. So when is the best time to buy a used car? So when is a bad time to buy a car? Okay. When the cars are brand new, when they first come out, okay, they're going to have markups on them. You probably remember years ago when the Mazda Miata came out and they had outrageous markups on them, and just went crazy. And lately, some of these cars that have just come out have had outrageous markups on them. And, you can wait, because you'll get a much better deal 2 or 3 months down the road. If you don't need a car right now, you can wait. And like I said, the longer you wait, the more chances are you're going to be able to get a better deal. Disclaimer: tips are based upon my own buying experience. Your experience may differ based on any one of a number of different factors. Tips and suggestions mentioned in the video may put you in a better position to get the vehicle you want and are no guarantee you will get that vehicle. Question of the day: what did you think of best time to purchase a Toyota Tundra? Let me know in the comments section below. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, it's a great day to drive.